You are watching Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next is the July 15th, 2024 meeting of the Michigan City Port Authority Commission. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
All right, good evening. Welcome to the Michigan City Port Authority Board of Directors meeting, July 15th. I'm looking for approval, correction to July 1st meeting minutes.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
And all in favor of approving the minutes?
Aye.
Perfect. Comments from the public. Mr. Cooper, Mr. Freeze, anything? Gentlemen? All right. Thanks for coming. Nice seeing you. All right. Reports from the Harbor Master, Mr. Frame.
All right. Well, there's not a lot of out of the ordinary stuff going on this time of the year, but what we did do since last time, I don't know if you were all aware, but we assist with the fireworks. And when I say we assist with the fireworks, we pick up the launch tubes and all the auxiliary equipment, fire extinguishers, the fireworks themselves, all the stuff that the company uses to launch the fireworks. We load that all on our barge first thing in the morning. We haul them all out there. They spend the day setting it all up, shoot the fireworks off, and then we go out afterwards, pick up all that stuff with them, and bring them back up to the ramp. So it's kind of a long day. We pick them up at 8 in the morning, and I think I got home at 1:45 afterwards, because we can't go out there until 20 minutes after the last firework goes off. They have a cool down period, and then it takes them a little while to disassemble their launch tubes and all that, load them all back, and then load it back in the truck. So that's one thing we did since last time. Over the weekend, we made a couple runs up and down Trail Creek, retrieving logs and debris and stuff from all the rain we've had lately. We'll probably do that again this week. We made 2.5 trips up to Trail Creek, hauling logs and various things of different sizes. And everything else has pretty much been routine work. Staffing the gas dock, fixing the occasional little work order here and there. We had an issue with the latch on the men's door at the North Bathhouse. That has since been taken care of. So otherwise, things are normal for this time of the year. Our next big event is the Offshore Grand Prix coming up in 2 weeks. So other than that, unless anybody has any questions, I'll leave it there.
Question, Coast Guard, you talked about possibly having them at our last 2 meetings and then tonight.
I did speak with the Coast Guard representative again. They're kind of in the middle of a command change over there. They know we have a request for them, and I think they're just kind of waiting for their command structure to work itself out. I'll try to get them again for next time, but they are aware that we would like them to come and talk.
Thank you.
Anything else from Mr. Frank? No. Ms. Spilecki.
I really don't have anything. We're just busy in the office with office work, and now we'll be busy getting ready for the boat races.
Mr. Ferguson, budget, financial oversight, and review and approval of the bills to be paid.
Well, we've got bills totaling $74,172.55. The cover sheet that we have, which brings out most of the items. Excuse me, I need to backtrack that. I was looking at the wrong page. The total bill that we're looking for approval is $77,823.75. The first page covers all the $3,600 of them, with pretty good explanations on each one. I'll roughly come down that first page, pretty much water. Edgewater Resources, we did some bathymetric surveys that think Bruce was gonna touch base on later. We had some charges for that. It was a pretty extensive survey. We had some legal expenses, $5,000 for the tourism, for the tourism board because of the advertising of the boat race or security. We have $12,792 for fuel reader system, and Tim can touch base on that if you have any questions. That's dealing with credit cards and the problems we've had a little bit in the past, getting that all squared away. We've got fuel for resale at a little under 32,000. And could be down to trash removal. We had some gate repairs, total about $1,150. And then we had to buy a bunch of outside buoys. I imagine those are a lot of the marker buoys. We do that every once in a while because they get busted up and lost and things like that. So we've got that. So those above items total $74,172, as you see, with the total again that I'll make a motion to approve of is $77,823.75. Unless you have any questions.
I'll make a mo, oh, you already made a motion? You already made the motion.
I made the motion.
I'll second it.
Any questions, anybody? Anybody have anything? All in favor of paying the bills? Say aye.
All right.
All right, we're paying bills. And do you have anything else, Mr. Purdy?
No, I have nothing else tonight.
Port operations, it's middle of summer and everything's don't seem to be going pretty well. I haven't heard anything crazy. Oh,
Claims and insurance.
and claims and insurance, sorry about that. Mr. Haynes, claims and insurance.
I heard nothing. There was a question brought up a couple meetings ago about the hail damage and the roofs. Was that looked into by the staff?
We've got a report coming from R&L Roofing,
Okay,
but so far I don't have their report yet.
okay,
But his initial looking at it, most of them are fine. The only one he thought might, for a couple of reasons, we might want to look at would be the north bathhouse. And partly it was the age, and the other was it seemed to show more damage than the others. But the other roofs are more recent. Fish station, this building, maintenance building, we've had those roofs replaced more recently.
okay. All right. That's it.
And that's the same with Trail Creek, the buildings there.
Yeah, they're all metal roofs, so.
Anybody else for Mr. Haynes? Okay. Port operations personnel, marina personnel policy, he seems like everything's going well. I haven't heard anybody turnover. It might be somebody in or out, but nothing major. Seems like everything's going well. I haven't heard anybody say anything bad, so I think we're doing quite well. That's a good thing, because nobody's piling up the office here. I don't have anything else. Mr. Messina, Board of Communications and Special Events.
Not a lot really either. I did meet with Mrs. Pilecki and Mr. Frank on this yacht club building as to who actually has the ownership of it. They found some materials from quite a ways back. And we just read through it and looked at it, still doing some more research on it before I have any kind of final report maybe. I thank them for their time.
Do you have anything else?
That's all I have.
I look forward to finding out more information on that jigsaw puzzle. All right. Mr. Manor, Master Planning Special Projects Park Liaison.
Yes, I have a report. We met with Colin Hassinger over the dredging. The dredging has been completed. It seems that at Sprague Point, if the water levels drop any at Sprague Point, we're going to be in trouble. And all of that is specified on this particular piece of paper here. Shows the different levels and stuff like that. before we could even think about dredging, we would have to get permits to do it. And the permits take a long time to get, so this probably wouldn't happen until sometime in 2025, probably the fall, I'd imagine, somewhere in that area there. The water levels are now, what are they right now?
Right now, we're slightly higher than we were last year at this time.
Okay. And the channel itself, of course, is a lot deeper. I shouldn't say a lot, but it is deeper than Sprague Point. The big thing is, what do we do with the materials after we get it out? That's going to be a thing we have to look at too. Do we haul it away? Do we drain it? So forth and so on. 1 to 1.5 years I've got down here for starting that project, which would be October of 2025. We're also going to try to work on the mayor about the channel maintenance fund paying all or a portion of that. Hopefully, we can get that done through the channel maintenance fund. The next step now is soil testing. We have to test the soil and stuff. So those are the steps that we talked about, and of course Colin, he went into detail about all of them, and he's doing some work right now for us to look at cost and those types of things. We're waiting for him to get back to us on that. So we definitely are going to have to dredge Sprague Point. That's a for sure, I think. So that's all I have on it. We'll just go from there. We got to wait until Colin gets back to us.
I was going to ask if we do apply soon for permits, what's the longevity of the expiration of
I
those?
think they're about a year, aren't they? Or 5 months?
5 years.
5 years.
So
5
We
years.
did soon.
Yeah.
I mean, we should have some years.
Right.
Okay.
Now, would that company that did the well be a company that we would look at or something like this?
Potentially, yeah.
Bring a couple of machines, put them on each side?
Mm-hmm.
Because that seemed to work the best, for being taken away, as long as the sample sizes stay the same.
Right.
That's a good choice.
Yes.
I'd like to just make a comment. As Tim pointed out at this meeting that Bruce was heading, we know where the lake level is now and where it's been, and as we see differences in that, and the trend will probably help guide us a little bit more as to what and how soon needs to be dredged, and that all will come out. I think, as I remember, didn't Colin say he was going to do some? No, I can't remember. Just the cost. He was going to come up with a cost, and of course we'd have to get board approval and direction. But no, it was the permitting process. I believe we told him we'd go ahead with I have him look into whatever permits need to be updated or so. And I think that's what he's working on too. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
That's just adding on to what Bruce was saying. That's all.
Anybody else have anything? All right. Move on. Mr. Cypress, Advertising and Public Relations.
Nothing new to report on my end.
In the most exciting report of the day, the attorney report from Mr. Zachman.
Thank you, Mr. President. I've continued my review of the Port Authorities and the board's policies and procedures so that I can make any recommendations for updates and proposed changes. I've gotten through a couple more of those policies and procedures. I plan to have my review completed before the board's next meeting, and what I'll do is, to the extent I have any recommendations for updates or changes, I'll get them to the board members and the staff prior to the next meeting. I'll email them along. That way we can discuss them at the next meeting, and I think the board wants to act on them at that meeting or consider them further, and then at a subsequent meeting vote on them or do as it pleases. That's all I have.
Anybody have any new business to bring up? Any old business? The gas signs are all out and everything? the birds at Commerce, do you have any issues with that?
Not yet.
Knock on wood, yeah. By now, it would have been a festival, so that's a good thing. All right, so.
Has there ever been any new updates with abandoned boats? They used to be a problem here. Is it still a problem or?
It's in progress.
Yeah.
Oh, it is? Okay.
It kind of fell by the wayside during the COVID stuff.
Yeah.
But we've got somebody working on it again now to pick up where we left off. Some things will have to be restarted because they have a timing thing with registered letters and such, but we're going that direction.
Okay.
Just curious, how many boats do we have?
I'm gonna say a dozen
Oh, boy.
that are probably in that category at this point.
Okay.
That could be higher than reality, because some of them, people are actually paying on. They don't know why, right? Because you look at it and you wonder why.
Yeah.
But some of them they are. So some of the ones I may think are abandoned may not actually be abandoned, but I know there's a good, we probably had 6 or 8 beforehand. So there's at least that many.
Okay.
All right.
And they are down at the
Trail Creek.
Trail Creek.
Well, in storage.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anybody else have anything?
Make a motion, we adjourn.
A second.
There you go.